Hello Physical Fiends, it's Jordan here with another Worth of Purchase where I play a game for a short amount of time to see if I would buy the game myself. Today I'm taking a look at Iron Meat, a game that's releasing digitally September 26th. So yeah, this video is quite early, but you should all know how awesome this game is, so you're getting ready for it. Of course, this is Physical Paradise, and we only deal in physical media, and this means Iron Meat is getting a physical release on the same day too. Normally, I'd explain all of this near the end of the video, but to be honest, Iron Meat is in very limited quantities and it's selling quite fast. I made a whole video explaining the physical release, 5 minutes of it. Watch that if you want a full lowdown. But very quickly, just for this video, less detailed, only 4,000 copies of it are being made on Nintendo Switch and 2,500 copies on PlayStation 5. It's been selling fast, especially on the Switch. Pre-orders are currently only open on Video Games Plus with the links in the description and the pinned comments. It's a strictly limited games release and their website will open pre-orders closer to release date in September, but I'm not sure how many are going to be left when that happens. Just so you know, if you're actually interested, you might want to pick it up while it's here. If you're not interested, don't worry, just chill, okay? You can chill. Don't buy a game if you're not going to play it, or at least think about playing it, yeah. Either way, I think VGP are the better, more reliable company anyways, with free worldwide shipping over 60 American dollars, which is 80 Canadian bucks, plus you can support me at the same time. And as I said, they are sending these out in September. It's not like other strictly limited games releases where you have to wait like 2 or more years. They have printed it in advance of the digital release. And this game is bloody awesome. In my 5-minute video I said it looks good, looks like it could be better than the recent Contra game from Way Forward, and I've been playing it today and yes it is. I mean, it's a Contra game in all but name. You slap Konami's logo on here and people would be cheering like when the Death Star blew up for the second time. You'd be celebrating as though Konami pulled the series back to its best. If you love Contra, you need this game, man. It's absolutely epic. The mechanics, exactly like Contra. Everything from the spinny jump to the prone position to the power-up icons. Yes, it is shameful copying, but in a world where Konami let Way Forward make a decent but very visually bland game, I want to stamp this game with the official Contra name. It deserves it way more. It's that good, trust me. It's badass. Maybe a bit too horror themed than what you may be used to. It has a rather grotesque visual style, body gore with a sci-fi twist. It works well like the perfect 80s horror movie that you'd only find if you rented it on VHS from an extra dodgy Blockbusters, that kind of style. The controls are super tight with 8 directional aiming, pixel perfect platforming, great enemy patterns to learn with, a large variety of them. There are multiple difficulty levels, but even on normal, it will provide a stiff but doable challenge. It just feels so good. Every jump, every bullet dodged, every enemy blasted to bits. It is a very satisfying game. From the moment you pick up the controller, the bullets start flying and the music kicks in, you know you're in for a good time. It's still a one-hit kill for you, but you have like a Konami code worth of lives per stage. In fact, I think that's a reference. And trust me, your first time through, you're gonna need a chunk of them. Sometimes from cheap means, but most of the time, it's just you being a 33-year-old tired guy with aging reflexes and no Fs to give. I'm looking in the mirror as I say that. So what if I play embarrassingly bad? I'm 33, it doesn't matter. This is especially the case with the bosses, which are epic, although far more cheap than the stages themselves. But again, they have patterns that are learnable and you'll probably get through most of the stages without expiring all of your lives, and I'm sure more talented players out there can get by without taking a single death. Maybe not the first time, but you know, second or third time, you can do it. I believe in you. There are 9 stages and each, for the most part, they are quite long. It was always a relief to get to the end without your lives being totally decimated and you feel really accomplished. You feel like you've just been through a war. If you're actually good at the game, you can play on higher difficulties, or if you're crap, you can lower the difficulty. And there are loads of skins to unlock in the game. Each character plays exactly the same, but the more you rank up, the more skins you unlock, and they are mildly customizable. For me, this adds replayability, and of course, there is co-op for 2 people to kick ass together, or at least fail together. There are a handful of different weapons, your classic spread shot, a wave beam, laser, a bomb sort of thing. Not an overwhelming amount, and I think they could have added like 1 or 2 more just to add extra spice to the variety. Who wouldn't want a flamethrower? But if you acquire double of the one you have, it becomes an even more powerful version. And even better, you can store 2 weapon types at a time, switching between them with the shoulder buttons. And if you get taken out, you lose the weapon that you have in your hand at the moment, but you keep the one that was stored away. That's nice, you're like a little squirrel. The attention to detail is great in this one. Aside from looking gorgeous, I mean like destructible environments, letting crates fall down on enemies, or stopping enemy elevators respawning by blowing up switches or caving in entrances. It's kind of these small details that help it set it apart from your normal indie action game. Aside from just being the biggest Contra knockoff you could ever make, in a good way, it does also slightly remind me of Metal Slug in the attention to detail. Overall, would I purchase Iron Meat myself? Why am I asking this rhetorical question? You know the answer. Hell yes, it is awesome. One of the best action games I've played in quite a long time. A couple of days ago, I played Shadow of the Ninja, and that's pretty fun. But it's not Iron Meat. Iron Meat is just good, classic action. It's made by someone who loves Contra and knows why it's so good and why it works. It looks great, it sounds badass, and it's a game old school action fans will thoroughly enjoy, I promise you. As I said, it's releasing digitally on September 26th, don't forget the date, and at the same time the physical release will be sent out too. If you want the full details of that physical release, watch the video I made earlier in the week. Links are down below to pre-order via VGP. Remember, only 4,000 Switch and 2,500 PS5 copies. If you do purchase via the links below, I greatly thank you for your support, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care!